Welcome to Simple Blue's SimpleSalt Hybrid Water Care System. SimpleSalt is an environmentally safe alternative water care system that uses a small dose of salt as well as minerals to purify your pool water without the corrosive side effects of chlorine and traditional salt systems. The system works by releasing minerals into your pool through the SimpleSalt chamber. The system comes with settings that will allow you to increase or decrease this output until you find the number that's right for your pool. If properly adjusted, this chamber should last an entire pool season. In this video, we're going to be going over the startup and the maintenance for the SimpleSalt system. The first step to getting started is to begin with a clean and balanced pool. Your alkalinity should be between 80 and 120, and your pH between 7.2 and 7.8. If you are filling your pool with well water, you will need to get your iron levels tested before beginning this process. A properly balanced pool is the key to any water care system. Once the pool is cleaned and balanced, you're going to add 40 pounds of pool salt into the pool by pouring it in front of one of the returns and brushing it in. The purpose of the salt is to help with the ionization process by providing the copper with something to bond with. It is recommended you keep your pool's TDS level at about 1,000. Once the salt has been added, allow it 24 hours to circulate. For this next step, you're going to grab a bucket and fill it in water. Then you're going to take a bucket of 25 pounds of the SimpleSalt Prime and add it to the bucket and dissolve. Now, before we add it to the pool, if you have a cartridge filter, we recommend that you remove the cartridge for 24 hours while the Prime dissolves in the pool. Prime prevents algae growth by removing the CO2 from the water, thus suffocating any vegetation. It also has an active ingredient found in saline that reduces skin and eye irritation. Once you have removed the cartridge, go ahead and place the top of the canister back on and re-secure the lid. You're then going to add the Prime directly into the pool, as you can see here in this video. Once the Prime has been added to the pool, you're going to let it circulate for 24 hours. The next day, you're going to want to retest the pH and alkalinity to still make sure that they are in the range recommended before. Again, you want to make sure your alkalinity is between 80 and 120 and your pH between 7.2 and 7.8. Once you've confirmed the pool is still balanced, you'll then want to grab a bucket again, fill it with water, and then we're going to add in 1 bag of the SimpleSalt Shimmer. And you always want to make sure you add the Shimmer to the water, never the other way around. Shimmer is a combination of clarifier and a low dosage of chlorine that will kill any bacteria and burn off shortly thereafter. You want to go ahead and add the Shimmer to the pool after you have dissolved it, broadcasting it around the surface and brushing as needed to clear up any undissolved portions. You're then going to want to add 1 bottle of Vivid. Vivid removes organic particles in the water that, if left untreated, could stain the pool and cause water clarity issues. You're just going to want to broadcast this one as well. The next step is to make sure the SimpleSalt system is properly set. It's important to note that the system only operates when the pump is running with sufficient water flow. To begin, you're going to adjust the level on the control panel to 3. The active light will turn on, which will signal that the system is operating correctly. Next, you're going to wait for 24 hours and then increase the output setting to either 5 or 6 or even 8 if you have a larger pool. You're going to then want to allow your pump to run for 24 hours per day for around 2 to 3 days so you can achieve the proper residual of 0.3 to 0.5 parts per million. It's important to also note that if you're using a 2-speed or a variable speed pump, you may need to operate the pump on a higher speed to keep the system active. Once you have established the initial ion residual of 0.3 to 0.5 parts per million, you will then need to continue to monitor your pool to ensure that the setting is maintaining the ion residual in the correct range. It's important that you don't go too far above the 0.5, so you may need to find that you need to adjust the setting down to maintain the proper range. For most pools, we recommend setting it between a 4 and a 5 and to operate your pump as recommended by your dealer. During this time, you will test the water every other day and adjusting the setting as needed until you have found the setting that allows you to maintain the proper range. It's important to note that setting the setting too high shortens the life of the replacement chamber. The final step in the startup process is to bring a sample of your water into an authorized SimpleSalt dealer once 10 days have passed from when you first started the startup process. This will help ensure that you have set up your system properly. Once this is complete, you are all set and ready to enjoy your pool.